Good day away. Good day, good way. Today is June 26th. Not going to really focus too much on today. I mean, it is what it is. Not even really going to harp on tomorrow, but we do have a new moon coming up on the 28th. June 28th, which by numerology, it's 628. 6 plus 2 is 8, and the other 8 is there. In my own personal number system, the number 88 has to deal with your traumas. It's what you'll hear me call the gatekeepers. The gatekeepers are pretty much the sets of intelligence, not always energies or entities and things like that. Well, everything's energy, but not always an entity or something on that level. It is just the memory field within you that is pretty much housing all the trauma. For those of you who are not really familiar with me, my view on trauma is both good and bad, as both of those are perceptions. Something could traumatize you in such a fashion to where you are always seeking to get more of it. Low-key an addiction. Just like something can traumatize you to the point to where you never want to encounter it again. So, for people that are new to me, my level of thinking, or my style of thinking, I should say, not to sound, funny or anything, my style of thinking is a little bit more expansive than most people. There's a lot wider meaning to things. So getting back to the reading, the 28th, 628, which is an 88, it's a gatekeeper. It's a chance for you to face your traumas, but it's a lot more to that. That new moon is in the sign of Cancer. I do astrology a little bit different from most people, so humor me. With the sign of Cancer, it's more than it's a crab and all this other stuff. The sign of Cancer is holy shit. There is a sickness present. In the sense to where I am seeing myself in separation, that is a sign of sickness. In the sense to where I am seeing myself in duality, that means I've already been hidden from my own wholeness. So Cancer, the sign of Cancer, can be a revelation point to show you where, possibly where the sickness is coming from, and my own contribution to it. It's a point of self-responsibility. Holy shit, there is something here that is traumatizing me. And then, you know what? Now that I recognize there's a trauma, this is what I've done to cause it. Or this is what I'm doing not to fix it. So that sign of Cancer, when it comes to dealing with that 88 energy and on that new moon, it's really, again, an expanded point of responsibility. And even further, what you'll hear me say about the new moon means that La Luna, the moon, has turned her back on you. It's dark. There is no lunar influence. Lunar influence always messes with our emotions, our waters. So under a new moon, there's nothing messing with your waters. The only thing moving you is you. So this is a perfect time to look at your traumas and see which ones you keep giving your energy to versus the ones that are authentically showing up to steal your joy. Another component with that time and date, again, it's on 628. But the hour and minute is 10:52 p.m. Eastern Time. 10, 5, and 2. 1 plus 5 plus 2, it's another 8. So not only do you have the 88, you have another 8, which is the strength card, or what a lot of people in this realm will call it. It's abundance. Abundance could be a sign of struggle, though. So you have the trauma of the 88. You have the Cancer function of self-responsibility. And then by time, you have the 8 of struggle. Again, in my own personal numerology system, 8 is the war in your mind. Because really all this is we're just struggling with our thoughts. Each thought leads you to actions. So you have an 888 function. Think about it, what people call the Lion's Gate, August 8th. They'll call that the Lion's Gate because it's an 888 and all this other stuff. This is a mini 888. It's a gate of abundance. It's holy shit. I get a chance to see where I'm my own sickness, or I get a chance to see, and this is in deflection, where there's a lot of things that are making me sick. And to be honest and be fair, sometimes you can't just directly take responsibility as the source of the sickness if you don't have any awareness of what the sickness is. So sometimes you can't just jump and say, yeah, I did this to myself. That can be foolish if you have not given yourself the time and tools on how to combat these energies. So that 888 function can say, you know what? Yeah, there's a lot of things going on around me. Now I need to start moving better. Again, with what's going on in this world right now, there is a lot of sickness. There is And I'm not going to start hopping into political events and real world events, but there's a lot of things that are pulling on people's energy, and depression is a real thing out here. I'm not your best friend when it comes to depression, because to me, depression on higher end levels is a choice. It is real easy to start trying to figure your way out of depression, when sometimes it's better to just not get in it. Not get in it. Stop giving your energies to something that means not to allow you to feel well. But a lot of people have struggle mentality. That's just one of the designs of the human nature in this realm, is scarcity consciousness and struggle nature. But long story short, we'll look at real quick what's going on with 628. Again, it's in Cancer. I was going to do something a little longer, but I've rambled for 5 minutes already, almost 6. So I'm going to keep this one short, and then I'll come back and do the other format that I was going to do. The video following this will be me using the major arcana in reverse to show you where we're at on our perceived journey in time. Basically, people will say, well, we're in the Tower card, and after the Tower card, the 16, comes the 17, the Star card. If you've been following me for any amount of time, for about the last 9 to 10 years, I've been telling you this is the reverse curse. Everything here flows backwards. When you're dealing with astrology, you shouldn't use Aries first. You should see Aries as last, because Aries is the head. You have to build up to the head, not start out already on fire. Same way with the tarot. The World card is what we look at last, and the Fool is what we look at first. You've been fooled into not seeing things in the right order. We are here in this world. The 21 should be the first one you look at, and the 0, the Fool, should be the last thing you see. Because again, dealing with that Cancer energy, the last thing you're going to see is who's really responsible, who really got tricked. And in 10 out of 10 cases, it's going to be you that got fooled. A lot of things that go on in our life from a personal level is because we've allowed it. So again, with that reverse curse in this next reading, it'll be a reverse function of how throughout the flow of time, we started out in the World card, and we're currently about to enter into the Devil card, just to give you a precursor. But let's see what's going on with 628. So again, I'm big on numbers. I have my own number system. I have my own alphabet system, and I post it all the time. And it's, resonance only is one thing with me. So let's see, 6, the number 6 in my numerology is the field of possibilities and probabilities, aka the trauma field itself. Anything you do is possible and probable here, but what's the food source? In most people's cases, the trauma is the reason why you do or do not do anything. So the 6, the only thing you're going to find here is the reasons for why you do or do not. The 6, you're going to find what has harmed you. This is the Devil card. It's the 15. What's 1 plus 5? 6. You're going to find, holy shit, I've entered into the Devil. Holy shit, didn't I just tell you? We're entering into the Devil field. You're going to find out what harmed you. What harmed you? Your dragon energy. This is a man, and this is the dragon, and they're already on fire. This is the separation between what I think I know, the man version, plus what I'm aware of, the wisdom version. Dragons are wisdom. I ascribe myself to dragon energy, so if you don't understand that, that's one of my paths. So the 6 is going to show you what's harming you. Only thing you're going to find here is what's harming you. That's trauma field. The 28, just as a general, is what you'll hear me call the Queen of Waters. It is the influence over my emotions. Remember, I told you, 628, the new moon says, I ain't got nothing to do with this. La Luna says, I'm innocent. I ain't even looking at y'all. Anything you do is your responsibility. So on the 28th, what's influencing you? The things you perceive as harm. So here's the 28. The things you perceive as harm. It's an 8. The things you struggle with. The things you struggle with. And on this card is Ogun, the Orisha, the roadblock Orisha, the roadblock remover. But he's not only a roadblock remover, he's a roadblock placer. So the things that I think are blocking me will make me go into this victim mentality. And again, like I was saying, depression energy can't have you pretty much buying into a victimology mindset. And this is no slight against anybody who's going through depressions. I'm not trying to demean what you're going through, but a lot of y'all need to stop going through it and do something different. Real talk. So the 628 says, you know what? Only thing I'm going to find here is the things that's harming me. And the 28, the influence is how not to become a victim, or in a lot of people's cases, it's too much and I don't know how to fight it. And it's not me trying to be funny, but it really is what it is. 6 plus 28 is 34. It is what it is. 34 in my numerology system is the queen of air, the influence over my thoughts. In this realm, 34 is God. 3, my thoughts. 4, make creation. My thoughts make creation. That means, holy shit, I manifested it. What I give my energy will manifest. Thoughts are words, spells are words. Whatever you think about, law of attraction. Y'all say all this stuff, but y'all don't think y'all really understand it. So 6 plus 28 becomes 34. 34, the God card, is what you coveting. What you're coveting, and look at it, if you look at it on the screen, this 9 actually looks like a 6. It's perspective. The 9 and the 6 are the same thing depending on how you look at it. It's all a perspective. What's harming you and what's making you a victim is your perspective. But it's what you holding on to. To covet something means to hold on to it. This 9 on my card is the Hermit card. But this on the card, that's Oseyin. He's the Orisha of healing. Remember, this card came out in reverse. That's a duality. Are you healing from within, or do you think something else has to come out here to heal you? What are you coveting on to? Are you coveting on to the fact that you're a victim and that you're in harm and now you're waiting to be saved? Or are you going to covet the fact that I now know what's harming me and I ain't nobody's victim? So I covet me and my sanity more than my trauma and my pain. A lot of y'all can't do that. A lot of y'all have too much value for your trauma and your pain. Why? That 34, 3 plus 4 becomes 7. Remember, I told you 34, the number of God, generator, operator, destroyer, becomes 7. Self-awareness. The 7, the self-awareness, should be that I need to covet me more than I think what's beating me down. But we'll see what happens. The experience itself, you're one step away from God. Remember, I told you 34 is God. Here's the 33. 33, the most demonized number in this realm, because 3 is my thoughts. A 33 is viral thinking. My viral thinking will be what makes me become a genie. Because if I become bound to my thoughts and my thoughts become my experiences, I think them experiences is what I am. Remember, this was the 7, self-awareness. You're not your traumas. You're not your pain. You ain't even this. This is the illusion of separation, but we're not going to do that to you on this one. So again, whatever you think you're going through, if you think you have to go through it to make gains, then that's already a submission of your energy. And as I said, if you covet your traumas more than you idealize your peace and wholeness, you become your own struggle. So best advice I can give you for this new moon, as into watching out for yourself as the possible Cancer in your own life. What are you scared of? 2, the Yemaya card. Yemaya, the waters, the mother of fishes. You're going to create a lot of things based off of where your fear is. 2, the high priestess. Am I drawing a higher connection to the divinity outside of me, or am I drawing a higher connection to the divinity within? Only you can answer that. So if you have a fear that you're not strong enough to get out of this experience, that 33, because you now covet the idea that you have to stay the victim until you find the source of harm, the only thing you won't find is you, and then you won't ever take responsibility. So at the end of the day on this new moon, don't feed your fears of thinking that you have to fight your struggles. Just find yourself in peace, or like I like to tell a lot of my clients, is put down everything that you think that is aggressing you and see what keeps coming back. See, when you put down all your traumas, see which ones keep hopping back up towards you and see which ones you keep reaching back for. That'll hurt some of you. Some of you will have to come into realization that, holy shit, I keep going back into that cycle. I keep grabbing for that because it's all I know. That's 6, my foundations. We have been given a set of traumatic experiences in this realm, and unfortunately, they keep us in root chakra function. If all we know how to do is build from our pain and pull from our pain, we won't never understand our peace, and we'll always stay in pieces. But I wish you peace.